Yes.
That's the clip there, bro.
T-shirts available now. 5-star dancer streaming on all digital platforms.
So, comedy thingy. I know you also act, and I saw your little thing where you were on With the Seasons, which I think you did fantastic. And I thought it was a really tough scene. But I thought, like, well, not I thought, but I was not surprised. Me knowing you specifically through Matt and, like, the comedy stuff, like, that I see on IG, I thought maybe you would be more into comedy-style movies just because of, I guess, how I've been learned to typecast people. So, or do you like just acting in general? Do you have a specific genre? Or are you just trying to figure shit out?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I mean, I do love acting. I love embodying characters. And so whether that's funny, dramatic, sad, happy, you know, whatever it's drawing from, for me, some of it is cathartic, right? Because some of it is like being able to pull my own shit into it, even when it's not like directly connected, but it's like, you know, I really believe there's like a universalizability to the human experience. And it's why when any of us watch movies or TV shows, like it hits us some kind of way, right? Because like you can see yourself in a character. So With the Seasons, which is a short student film I was in a couple of years ago, was like a really heavy script. And it just, you know, drew from a different part of my brain. But I really love that because, you know, my thing is I just really like making people feel things. And I like being a part of that process. So, you know, with comedy, I get to make people laugh, but it's deeper than that. You know, I think a lot of times for me, I'll get into this mindset of thinking like, oh, I'm just a court jester. I'm just here to like perform and get a few laughs. But, you know, there have been times when people have told me about the serious impact of what laughing has done for them and what, you know, my jokes have done for them. And it really brings you back to like, again, like, how are you impacting humanity? You know, there's this story about a guy who, he has multiple forms of cancer and, had just been coming back from a very invasive appointment that was super painful. And he had a 4-hour drive to get home. And he popped onto a social media app where I wasn't even doing a set. I was just kind of like effing around with my friend. But the way we play off of each other is just so like organically funny and silly and out there and outrageous. And he told me after that time, he sent me a message and said that for the 4 hours he was driving home, he didn't feel his pain and he forgot that he had cancer. And if that's all I've ever done on this earth, like, that's it. Like, take me now, Lord. But, you know, but I think that it's that ability to connect. So like With the Seasons, which was written and directed by the very talented Roger Castillo, this was an example of like telling a really important and meaningful and relatable story of, you know, a Black man lost to senselessness and crime and, you know, what it's like in the hood. And then, you know, his Black brother trying to process that and work through emotions in a culture where boys and men, and especially boys and men of color, are socialized not to feel, not to have skills to feel, and generally are leaning towards unhealthy coping mechanisms. And so it was like, I was so proud to be a part of that story where we could showcase some form of healthy masculinities and kind of question, like, what would it look like if men could be authentic, if they could feel, if they could, you know, just be themselves. And that's something that's really important to me. So I love dramatic acting. I also have a life goal of being dead hooker #2 on Law and Order. So Dick Wolf, if you're watching, look at this chick. I got legs for days. So, I think for me, it's like being able to do a diversity of things and just tap into different parts of me. And it's the challenge of it. It's like, how do I get into this character? What's their backstory? And how does that connect with mine? And what can I bring from my own lived experiences and the world around me that's going to make this meaningful and not feel like just kind of like a caricature, but something, you know, where people watch and they're like, oh, I see myself in this.
You are right. We are all broken. These 4 men of color are broken, and
which is why I'm here. I'm here to fix you. This is actually
you're-
a reverse intervention.
That's
You all
basically what she
planned
said. She was like, you know
I'm
what?
co-opting
I did
it.
this thing, and I'm here for you guys.
it.
And also speaking about hookers on camera, Kamaria, who was a previous guest, she was one. So we need to, she's an actress.
What's up, Maria?
Wait, Apple, chill out.
No, she's an actress and she played a hooker on camera in one of her roles. So
that's
but she wasn't dead. She had lines. So
no, that's goals right there.
She's a line hooker.
No,
line hooker.
If you live in New York and you're an actor and you haven't been on Law and Order, you're doing something wrong. So, like, Dick Wolf, I see you. Okay, when's my time? I could also be the prosecutor. I could be the unknowing.
You have
teacher.
prosecutor vibes right now. Like you have
the glasses,
you have the hair, the glasses. You got the prosecutor. Like,
You're so much.
I'm
more
like
than
Brown Casey Novak.
You are so much more than a dead hooker. So you know that. So
you're at least alive. At very least, you're on life support. At least
put that on my tombstone. You were so much more than a dead hooker.
No, that's going on TikTok. That's going viral.
That's gonna be my first comedy special. So much more than a dead hooker.
Dead hooker.
Now streaming.